Hey, Gingerlocks. Hey, Mama Three Girls. Kanile. Shaz. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to Samara for sending me this sympathy card. I got it, Samara. I won't read what she wrote on the inside because I'll start crying, but it's very thoughtful of you. And thank you so much. I just wanted to let her know that I got it. So, but it was very, very touching and very, very touching what you said. I can't even, I would read it to you guys, but I would start bawling. I know she is unbelievably amazing. I can read what it says on the outside. It says the tender grace of Christ is a refuge like no other in our times of deepest need. He alone understands our sorrows and draws near with compassion to wipe away our tears. Praying that his comfort and assurance will give you peace. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I thought I could read it. So, anyways, today I'm making a big roast. It's freezing. I didn't even want to get out of bed today because it was so cold. It's so cold. Here. Yeah, it was so cold. I didn't even want to get out of bed today. So it just really, I didn't expect it. I thought it was a birthday card. And then when I opened it, yesterday I saw my psychiatrist, and without saying my name, he said he talked to his family about what had happened, and they said that the tears that I shed are good tears.
You're gonna keep shedding tears, and then it's gonna be, your year of firsts that they're not around, and that is a hard thing to go through that
Yeah,
first year.
yeah,
And then it does get easier after. I mean, and you do have that part, bits and pieces in between that time where it's not going to hurt so much, but
yeah,
those firsts of everything are
yeah,
are what hurts the most.
yeah. And he told me that. He said, like, when I was talking to him, he said, those are good tears.
Yeah, no, and I kind of agree with that, and
He said, you need those.
and I've told you in the past that I had, my friend had a husband, and I'm still
Yeah.
not over his death.
Uh-huh.
And I'm speaking to someone, a guy in therapy. He's like, because you've been taking care of your friend and her daughter,
Uh-huh.
you really haven't had much time to seriously probably sit down and grieve because you're always concerned about them, which is true. And
Right.
I'm like, that is true.
Mhm.
And but I mean, I spent time in the house. I have grieved them, but there's still times, like there are just times I'll think, and I don't know why, and it will just all of a sudden
Me
tears
too.
will just overflow me,
Yep.
and then the next minute I'm okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like I am, like I was okay until I talk about it.
Yep.
And then when I talk about it, that's when it comes back.
And I'm the worst. Oh my God. I am the worst when it comes to like funerals and stuff,
Oh,
because people will, I'm like, don't touch me. Don't, no, don't touch me. Because if you hug me, then I'm going to break down.
yeah.
If you don't touch me, I can keep my composure. Which is a terrible thing to say, but that's literally how it works.
I tried at the funeral. I tried to keep everything together, but when it's a child's funeral, it's really, really hard.
Oh, no kidding.
I
No
mean,
kidding.
it's just really hard. And she was only 9, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's rough, man. That
yeah,
that whole the whole story is
yeah,
rough,
yeah.
because
And
it
he's
lit
and
it
he said
it
like
real
it's
it
more
really just, I mean, it was a terrible
tragedy.
accident.
Hmm.
And there's, unfortunately, like, there's not I don't know if there's anyone like you can really, it was just an accident that just
Yeah.
was so tragic.
Hmm. Yeah. And she was so young, like she's so young, full of
Yeah,
life.
yeah, I
And then
know, I
when
get
you
that.
think about that, you think about how much she went through in her life, because before that she went through surgeries, and because she had some kind of dysplasia, and she had to go through a lot of surgeries. So when you think of hey, life is a gem. I was meaning to ask you, were you in Jada and Stitches the other day because and joined um their membership? Because I thought I saw Life is a Gem in there, and I didn't know if it was you.
On whose?
Jada and Stitches, it's a crochet
Oh,
channel. And I saw Life is
oh
a
man,
Gem
you
joining
crocheting
the
women,
membership.
man. Mm-mm.
Yes, I know she
You
did.
think true crime is bad? Woo! Go to the
Oh yeah, I
crochet.
know. I heard that the crochet and knitting community is
That's what
pretty.
I hear.
Oh,
That's what I'm hearing. They're like the gangsters of everybody.
if you take a pattern and you use it and you make a video on it, and it's one of their original patterns, they will go after you. They will give you a copyright. I mean, they're bad.
and
I
and
mean,
YouTube wonders why there's all this crazy ass drama that happens around here.
God,
It doesn't matter what community you go into. There is drama everywhere. Even
right?
to the people, like, I've had a friend who, you and I are actually, I think you've been friends with him before. I think you've been in his channel. And he used to be like trying to steer me away from like going into the drama. I'm like, I'm not into the drama, but I have friends and I care about the friends. And he's like, oh my God, just protect yourself. It can get ugly. It can get in. He's in
Oh, and it does. It does get ugly.
he's in the pepper business, and he's had problems, and he does nothing to anybody for,
I don't think you have to.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole place is crazy. That's why I've been like, I do my little lives in the morning, my little coffee chat, and then I'm out doing my own thing. I just can't handle it anymore. I can't. I can't.
Mhm.
It's just too much.
Well, you know what? I wake up in the morning now. I don't go to look to see what happened the night before
No.
or who said what. Literally, I wake up and my friends who I've had in Philly
Uh-huh.
are live streaming now their radio station.
Uh-huh.
And legitimately, they're one of like the funniest shows
Can you
around.
put their link in the chat or no?
I'll put their link in the chat, but man, I'll tell you what, they didn't tell anybody for a while that they were doing the live streaming.
Uh-huh.
So,
So you could talk in there or
so yeah, and you know who used to be in there, who was in there all the time with me? Is True
oh,
Helper.
oh, really?
True Helper and I
Serious?
are in there all the
Well,
time.
he's from Philly, isn't he?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
around Philly, so he
He
probably watches
apparently
that show.
he apparently knows them too. I'm like, shut the fuck. Like, we keep talking. We're like, there's got to be times we ran into each other at some point because of all the different places that we've hung out. Like, I'm like, we've had to at one time or another bump into each other, you know.
Maybe you did. We just
Oh,
nobody
I
knows what he
totally
looked
did.
like. So
I was
you
going
would
to say,
might
yeah,
have
he knows
bumped
what I
into
look
him.
like, but it doesn't mean that in the
No, but
past.
nobody knows what he looks like. So maybe you have and just didn't know that you had bumped into him.
Well, he knows what I look like. So if he
I mean,
recognized
before,
me,
I mean, a while ago, like, I mean, before, like,
right.
you knew who he
And see,
was.
that's the thing. When you're in radio, you do meet and see a lot of people
Right.
where, you know, I know for a fact there's 3 people on that morning show that I know very, very well.
Morning, Miller.
The other couple of people that are on there, they're a little bit younger. They're more my age. Preston's is a few years older than me. Steve is quite older.
Uh-huh.
But Steve is hilarious. Preston, Preston can be funny. And the thing is, when you're listening to them, when you're listening and what you're hearing from them, and this is what I like about them, what you're hearing, that's who they are in real life. Like, they don't change. Like their voices
Really?
aren't like, there's nothing that there's nothing phony about them at all.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah,
phony.
that's cool.
Yeah. And I've known them, like I said, I've known them since my 20s.
Wow.
And Preston, and how I got to meet Preston was this is funny. We went to the Conan O'Brien 5th anniversary special.
Seriously.
Seriously.
I
I
love
won a
Conan
trip.
O'Brien.
I won a trip to the morning show that Preston was on another station that kind of leaked into this to the morning show they have now. But it was only Preston and Marilyn at the time. There was no Steve. But Marilyn got sick, so Preston brought his fiance. I wound up bringing my sister. We go to Conan O'Brien. There's like freaking Adam Sandler right there.
Wow.
Who was? Oh my God! What was his name? Tony, the guy who used to be in The Odd Couple.
Oh, Tony. I know who you mean.
Yes,
I
he.
know who you mean.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm inches from these people. It was unbelievable. Conan
Wow.
and Conan, I will never forget. I'm like, he's so awkward looking.
Really?
Oh my
Is he
God.
really, really, really tall? I heard he's really tall.
Unbelievably tall.
Hi, Clancy.
Unbelievably tall.
Tony Randall. That's it.
Tony Randall. Yes. And and I'm not being mean when I'm saying this, and I think he's actually said it himself, he's got an enormous head.
Seriously.
His head is not proportioned with the rest of his body. It's just
Miller,
not.
Miller says he went to see Conan.
Does
He
he
was
not
funny,
have a
though. He
like
was funny.
ridiculously large head?
That's what you noticed about him?
How I don't. There's no way not to notice that.
Really? He doesn't look like he has, like, on TV, doesn't look like he has a large head.
Well, because also you're only seeing him, remember, from a certain point up.
That's true.
When you're seeing the full person head, now there's down bits you can look up and you can see from head to toe. And I maybe as he grew older, but he was a lot younger back in those days.
Right.
His head just did not fit his body.
That's funny.
And I'm like, is it? And I remember like I'm like, is it me? They're like, nope. We're all going, nope. His head does not fit the body. Mm-mm. And it was just very awkward. I just didn't expect him to look that awkward.
Oh, I didn't go. Miller, Gingerlocks went.
I did.
When you went. When did you go?
5th anniversary special, which was, I believe, the summer of. It would have been probably September of 1998.
Does he still have a show or not anymore?
Yeah, he's on TBS.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't watch
Honestly,
TV
I think
anymore.
he's got one of the better late night shows than any of them.
I don't watch TV anymore, so I wouldn't
either.
even know.
I don't either.
I really didn't
unless
even know.
unless tonight impeachment is on. I will be watching that. I'm totally
Impeachment for who?
it's do you remember when with OJ Simpson they had the People versus OJ Simpson? It was like a short mini series or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of like it was like a mini series. We don't call them mini series anymore. It's just a continuation of a
Oh,
show.
okay. Okay.
But it was called The People versus OJ Simpson. And like
Oh,
um Cuba Gooding Jr. played OJ.
oh,
Um,
really? I have to watch that. Is it on
oh
TV?
my God, it's on Netflix. I can't believe you haven't seen it. It is so good. You
No, I've never
watch
seen
it.
it. Well, if it was on TV, of course I wouldn't have watched it.
Well,
Conan's
no,
Goodbye.
this is going back years. People versus OJ Simpson came out like, I want to say like 6 years
I
ago.
liked Arsenio Hall. I did like Arsenio Hall.
Oh, come on, Arsenio Hall. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
You
ooh,
didn't
ooh.
like him?
I
I thought
loved
he was
him. That's not
I
that's
thought he was so funny.
he used to, you know,
Wasn't
with
he
the
in a
arm in the
movie
air,
too? He was in a movie where he was hilarious too.
coming to America.
Yes, yes, that
Yes.
movie. That was ages ago.
He's been around. And
So
well,
many great
no, they
celebrity
did
personalities in the
there.
past.
There's a new one, right?
What, Coming to America?
Yes,
No, I did not know.
on Prime. There is a Coming to
Oh my
America too.
God, I have Prime.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness, you got a lot to watch, my
I
friend.
do. I do. I do. I do.
I've been watching the Squid Game.
What? Yeah, someone was talking about that. What's that about? Is that like superheroes or something?
No.
Okay, I don't know what it is then.
No, it is the most bizarre thing I'm watching. Like I was literally telling my therapist, he's like, "Oh my God, I just binged it all day Sunday."
Is it on TV?
Netflix.
What's it about? Squid
So it's
Game.
about it's a Korean. Number one, it's Korean, and so it's dubbed
Oh,
over
well,
in
yeah.
English.
If it's Korean, it's got to be weird.
No, it's weird, but it's good. Um, these people who've gotten themselves either in debt or their family needs money or he needs money to help save his mom live, and these a lot of these guys, have just either made extremely poor choices for themselves, and that is why they are
Samara,
playing
go
this game.
to the beginning because I got your card in the mail and it made me bawl.
And that's why I jumped up here because she was crying.
Yeah, I was because it
I'm
was
like,
so
I
very
gotta help
sweet.
her not cry. I'm gonna make her laugh.
It was so sweet. It was so sweet. She's so thoughtful,
She
Samara
is.
is. I was so surprised. I thought it was a birthday card.
Come on.
I thought, oh, a birthday card. Yay.
Come on.
I'll wait till tomorrow to open it because I'll open it
Come
when you're
on.
all here. And I had no idea it was a sympathy card. And I'm like, no, no, it's
Good
my
girl.
my psychiatrist told me yesterday that that's good tears. It's very good
Yeah,
tears.
no, no, no. It's not bad
It's
tears.
not
And it's
bad
because
tears.
it's
It's good
because someone
tears.
you cared and you loved about, and you have to go through that grieving cycle.
Hmm.
You just
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Whether you
Or-
want to or not. Like, my
Yeah.
friend Tina was just like, I'm like, that's not gonna happen that way, Tina. It's not gonna happen that way. And it didn't. Um, it probably happened a little too fast that she started dating and stuff.
She's
But
married again, right?
huh?
She didn't she get married again?
No. Uh,
Oh, okay. I thought she did.
during the pandemic, during the pandemic, her and let's say her ex, um, she couldn't stand him anymore. She couldn't stand him. And
Oh, that's right. That's right. She was going to get married,
she was going to get married.
and
We all
then
put money
she,
down on our
you
dresses
were going to
and
go
never
to
got
her
back,
wedding. You were going to go to her wedding, and then it
which
changed.
was supposed to be last summer. Yes.
Yeah. And you were going to try and lose weight. Now you don't need to try and lose weight anymore because you
No, don't
lost all
need to
your
do
weight.
that anymore. Kind of doing
Yeah.
it myself
But
anymore.
yeah. And
Not really in charge of that part of my body anymore. So, it's like I try to keep fit at least and try to, walk. But there's days like today and yesterday that it's just a
yeah.
little difficult. And my doctor goes, I want you to go to the hospital. And I went, F no.
Did you hear what that woman said in here yesterday? She suffers she has some kind of chronic illness. Val. And I think it was Val, and she said magnesium helps. I don't know. I don't know what magnesium is, so
Well, it's one of your nutrients that you need for your body. That it
okay.
needs to be of a certain level or you're not going to feel well. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I normally a lot of times run low in magnesium.
Mhm.
Um, but right now I know for a fact I'm low in everything. I
Yeah, no
know
kidding.
I know I'm in malnutrition. I know that.
Well, why aren't the docs? This is what I don't understand about that. And I'm sorry, I just
I,
can't.
I can explain it to you as best as I can. So ask me questions. I'll tell you.
I'm if you're malnourished,
Uh-huh.
don't doctors usually put you in the hospital on some kind of um a feeding tube to to supplement your malnutrition? I
Um,
mean, if they
right
can.
now he has me. I see. I can swallow. I can drink. Okay. When it comes
Yeah,
to
but you
food,
can't keep it down. So what's the point?
well, I can. Oh no, I would say stuff that I'm drinking stays down.
Okay.
Stuff that I eat, not so much. But like as long as
I didn't, Samara. I didn't. Sorry. I forgot all about it.
what?
She said, did I end up donating via the link the other day for Gabby?
Oh, I did.
I didn't. I'm bad.
I did. I
She
mean, I
says,
did, like I don't have a lot to give, but what I could give, I gave.
hey, tacos.
Hi,
Well, it was going
tacos.
to the thing that bothered me about that whole Gabby thing was it wasn't going to a um it was going to that girl's PayPal, and that bothers me when you know what I mean? Like it wasn't going
I
to
don't. Yeah,
fund.
yeah. And see, we've learned not to trust that. Yes.
Exactly. And so
And
when I
if
went to the
you want to
PayPal,
give to the Gabby Petito Foundation, that's all you got to do is like put that in
but
Google,
it wasn't going. It
Bing.
was going to her PayPal.
To whose
That
pay?
link was going to her PayPal.
Whose PayPal?
I can't remember her name. What was it? Samara, because that girl posted the link in here. I went there. I went to see about the donation, and it was going directly to the girl's PayPal. And I'm like, oh no, this happened before.
And I'm
You know,
and you mean you
Q
went?
Car- Q Carla.
Are
Carla.
you telling me you looked up the Gabby Petito Foundation? You
No,
clicked.
no. I went to, they said that they were raising money for Gabby Petito. So I went to this girl's channel. I posted on the link she had in her channel, and it
And
went
it was going
to
straight to her
her
PayPal.
PayPal,
Dun, dun,
her
dun, dun.
personal
Red flag,
PayPal.
red flag,
So
red
I was
flag,
like,
red flag,
no, I'm
red
not
flag.
I'm
Like
not going to
if that isn't like screaming red flag, I don't know what does.
it was to me, and that's why I didn't
Yep,
donate.
yep. And when your gut and your gut does that, just let yourself know there's a reason. And so if you want to donate, go directly to the source. I went directly to the source.
Did you see what Taco says? So I was looking at my agenda today, and I've got another referral for marijuana. Give me a damn break.
I'll give you a referral, honey.
Hi, Vid TV. I want MLSO. I don't know what that means. MLSO. What does that mean to all? Airplane and a smile. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I was hanging out with True Helper this morning. So
Who?
me
Did you see him this morning?
in Preston and Steve, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What a effing waste of time that will be. I wish probation would stop sending these. I don't know.
I agree with
Well,
tacos.
so tacos, does she? Yeah, some people just want it. They don't want it for the right reasons. They just want it because so they can get high.
And the fact of the matter, or people just really rather enjoy smoking than drinking. And I can honestly say, like, if I was to catch my kids smoking marijuana, I would be more concerned if they were drinking.
Oh, Val says, hey guys, that was not for Gabby. It was for Summer Wells Reward Fund. They raised over $30,000 so far, but now they are arguing with Tiffany Marie. Craziness. I have no idea, Val's. I'm just, I've got a sour taste in my mouth. And it's a shame. It is a shame because of what Diane did. I've got a very sour taste in my mouth over all that. I'm not saying that she didn't give that money over, but I just have a
I don't know what the whole Tiffany Marie thing is.
I have no idea either. I haven't been on enough to know who's arguing with who.
No, because you know what I really have to say, I don't know a huge amount about Summer Wells. All I know is that dad gives me the creeps. That's all I know.
Oh.
Now, I'm not saying he's guilty, not guilty of anything. I'm just saying the dude gives me the creeps.
Who is that now?
Don Wells.
Yeah, he is kind of creepy.
He's creepy as hell.
Doesn't he have his own channel now?
Oh, which is even creepier.
So why isn't he collecting money for his daughter? Like, you know what I mean?
He's on YouTube. It's like, why are you having? And
I
it's
guess
not
he's
about
got.
his daughter. It's about
I heard that he's got like 5,000 or 6,000 people already, or subscribers already.
I chose not to subscribe.
Oh, I'm not subscribing.
No,
I
will not feed this guy's ego, because I think that's half of it.
I'm staying far away from Summer Wells, and not that that I don't care about the baby that she's missing, and not that I don't care about Gabby Petito, but it's just there's too many people covering these stories. So why?
And there's so many stories.
Someone like me who doesn't know anything about true crime, neither alcohol nor marijuana are good for young developing brains.
I completely agree. Totally agree with that.
Not good. I'm not condoning it at all.
No, but the fact of the matter is teenagers are going to be teenagers, and teenagers are going to try shit that they shouldn't until they're supposed to be of a certain age. But let's face it, do teenagers actually listen to their parents? No. For the most part.
My daughter was prescribed after she was in a car accident. She was actually prescribed
that's a whole different ballgame.
Marijuana for pain. So she had me try it one time, and I was like, all I got out of it was paranoia.
Yeah, she thought the cops were coming.
I wanted her to take me to the hospital. I was like, I can't. breathe. I'm hyperventilating. I'm having a panic attack. She's
See,
like, Mom, you're okay. I'm
once
like,
you're
no, I'm
legal,
not.
that
I'm
fear
dying.
that fear is gone. Fear is gone.
Yeah, I guess.
It
I
is.
was like scared. I
But
was
see, but
freaked out.
there are still people who are going to judge you for doing it.
I
There
guess.
are people that I know that you can't even say marijuana. How crazy is that? To me, that's insanity.
Well, going back to like the the raising of money on here, I've just seen a lot of people raising. I think, and I kind of agree with Marissa on this one. She she posts links to the direct fund
Correct.
because when you do a PayPal,
You
and
know,
especially if it goes in your own PayPal, people are going to side eye you, especially from this community because of what happened with
not
that.
even just this community, I would say in all communities, because I think that that reached more than one community. Because I remember the time that like Diane went live the one time, and there were thousands of people in there.
Uh-huh.
And there was this guy, Repsion or something, and he's like a big YouTuber or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes to expose, shitty people for who shitty people are.
Right.
But he never did anything with it. So that was his choice. But yeah, no, that information reached deep. And I'm sorry, for me, if I was going to give to someone and it went into someone's PayPal, sorry, I'm not going
Well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, and I'm not saying that it didn't go, that she didn't donate it all to it.
right.
I'm not saying that because I can't see that.
We've been burned.
Exactly. When you've been burned by someone especially in this community, you're really careful. I hope you both work it out.
And you're slightly cynical.
Yeah, me too. Tacos. Taco's such a sweetheart. I love her so much. She tries to act like this grouchy person, and we know she's a sweetheart. And she probably hates it. You know, she's a sweetheart.
She's a sweet, nice person, people. She's not mean.
I totally agree, guys. I feel very bad for Tiffany Marie. No good deed goes unpunished. I think Tiffany Marie is like,
on her. Just people like to shit on her.
oh God. I hate that about how they just go after her,
It's like I said, it's in all communities. In our community right now, there are, people that you and I watch. There are 3 people that people are constantly going after, and they're not even being talked about by these people.
Right.
Majority of them.
And
I mean,
the people that
I felt like I couldn't go anywhere yesterday, even people that I knew. Everybody was talking about Marissa.
Yes. Well, I know. And I guess she ended up on the news. Someone told me that she was on the news.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, unfortunately for her, because
no, someone didn't tell me. I think I saw it on one of those clips.
Nothing happened that day with anything. So when it came to Brian Laundrie, she was the news because they had nothing else. There was nothing else to report.
Well, I wish they'd find them.
We all wish he would find them. But
and alive. I want them to find him alive so he can tell what he did. I mean, he's never going to tell what he did, even if he is caught.
He's never going to tell what he did, and he's never going to admit to it.
He's not going to.
That's if he's caught. That's if he's not dead. And I'm not saying that I think he's dead. I'm hoping he's not dead. I'm thinking he caught a ferry and he is somewhere in either the Bahamas, Cuba, or Dominican Republic.
Don't you need a passport, or does he have his passport?
No, you don't need a passport.
Oh no.
if you jump on some of those things. Yeah, no.
Oh,
You don't
I
need a
didn't
passport to go to
know
the
that.
Bahamas. Um,
I
I'm
didn't know
lying.
that.
I think I'm lying because I went to the Bahamas. But then again, that was like freaking 1993. So I need to like not compare that.
Hey Remy, how are you doing, darling?
Hey,
Um,
man.
we don't see her much anymore.
I
Remy's like,
see Remy.
Remy's.
Remy
Well,
every
I don't see her, but I guess I'm because I'm not on that much anymore. I would like to say that what Molly said about Natasha Cooper was absolutely cruel and called for, in my opinion. I really don't. I don't even know who Natasha Cooper is.
here's
To be honest.
here's the thing. They were DMs. They were DMs that were exposed. Imagine anything that you privately said to a friend, regardless of the fact, because that's a private conversation that shouldn't, be exposed. And the whole conversation was exposed.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too. It's on video. I did not know that. I said that's how. Hey, Ladonna, Ladonna, our girl Ladonna. Nice to see you.
LaDonna! Hey, I dropped the mom part. I'm now just ginger locks. Isn't that better?
Well, I never even used locks. I always used ginger.
Yeah.
That's because I'm too lazy to type out the whole ginger locks mom thing.
It's funny. Case Boss is like, can I call you by your real name?
Tacos, you're better off not knowing what we're all talking about because, to be honest with you, I don't know a lot of these people. I don't know Natasha Cooper. I don't know. I really don't. I know very few of these people. The new people that are coming around like lately.
I
I
don't know
really
much about her. I have to be honest, I don't know much about her either. I don't know much about her.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Samara. Remy, you would. Remy knows everything.
Thanks,
Otherwise, she used to do.
Donna. I appreciate that. Wait, which one? I have quite the few.
I watched your video yesterday too. I just didn't comment on it. The one where you're going through that, there's you're going through some kind of garden with
Oh,
statues and
that
stuff.
that's the grounds for that's this
Very nice. When
sculpture.
was that taken?
I did that last Friday. Oh
Oh,
my God, it was so nice out.
it wasn't. I was gonna say that had to be on a nice sunny day because it was nice and sunny out.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was Friday. Yeah, it was gorgeous here. It got really warm. And I just went like by my house, there's a place like I could walk there. And I can't walk far, but I could walk there and go have a nice Italian meal at a bar, like if I want to. And we go there often because it's so close. And I have friends who won't even go there because they think they're expensive. And I don't think they're expensive, but they're maybe somewhat more pricier than your average pizza place because they're like more like a fun there's a little bit of dining, like I'm not gonna say fine dining, but dining where it's nice. And they have they've got good pasta food and stuff like that, but I can't eat any of that.
You can't eat anything. Let's face it. You
Well,
can eat a few
even
French
before
fries.
that, I couldn't. I mean, but I can eat fries,
Yeah.
I can eat cheeses.
Can you eat all kinds of cheeses or
I
no?
have, you know what? I'm not having a great time with Munster. So I'm like, okay,
I don't
maybe I
like
need
Munster. Isn't
Munster.
that stinky cheese?
Munster? No.
It isn't? Oh,
No,
okay. I
I don't
thought
think
it was
so.
that stinky cheese.
No, no, no. I don't eat stinky cheese.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't know. Lately, my stomach's not been acting too good either. It seems like I can't eat garlic at all. At all. I cannot. It
I
does not sit well.
I
At
don't.
all.
I don't. I do not. I haven't enjoyed eating garlic. I would say since like the 8th grade, I used to love it. I could eat garlic bread. I could eat it
I love garlic
all
bread,
of
but
a
it doesn't
sudden.
love
And I
me.
would say I was young and I can remember like, I'm like, the next day, I'm like, why am I still tasting garlic? And I could still taste it.
Burping it up.
Point, I'm like, once you have something that's garlicky and you could taste it for more than 2 days, like to me, ugh, turn off completely.
Yeah,
So,
I like garlic, but it doesn't like me. My mom has
correct.
osteoporosis. Oh, I think she is limited to what she can tolerate. Oh, her mom has the same thing you have, Ginger.
Oh, it's fun stuff. Lies.
Oh my gosh. Well, did they say how long you'll have it for the rest of your life, or?
I'm done. Yeah, no,
But you
I'm
cannot go the rest of your life without eating. You just can't. You know what I mean? It's not you'll have
it's
mount.
here. It's not that I'm not eating. It's definitely I'm not eating enough. But with that being said, one would think I would be like freaking skin and bones by now.
Yeah,
One would think.
I would
I,
think. I think that
I'm not
because
now.
me,
Am
if
I
I
much?
don't eat for 3 days, I lose like 5 pounds. You know what I
I
mean?
am much smaller than I used to be, say, over a year and a half ago.
Right.
Um, yeah, like I think I might be one of the very few people that lost weight during COVID.
Bye, Samara. Love you.
Have a good day, Samara.
Yeah. No, I don't understand why the doctors won't do anything. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's not that they won't. They have. And I'm honestly getting down more things than I was
Oh,
previously.
maybe they have to, it's like a kid, you have to introduce yourself to certain foods, like a little bit at a time.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be a year. Like,
No,
well, it
of
hasn't been
course
a year.
not.
But for instance, like I told you, I have a friend from high school who goes to the same doctor, has it way worse than I do.
I know
And
you told me
she
about
hasn't
her.
been able to eat. Now, she wound up getting another surgery, and this was surgery, I think, number 16.
Oh my God.
And that's just this year for her.
Well,
Um,
16 surgeries in
where they
1 year?
stretch your throat and they stretch your throat
Oh my
and your
God.
esophagus. And
Oh,
I don't know what happened to her, but whatever she said, it did work, and that she was able to eat at least something. Like you want to talk about someone who was able to eat nothing. She was able to eat nothing, like how I was a year ago, where I physically couldn't eat a thing.
whoa.
Where
I can't
now
even imagine.
I can eat, but it's got to be very small, and I can't eat late at night, and I shouldn't. There's a lot of things I shouldn't do. Sometimes I do them and I regret them completely. And then, I'm learning to do what I don't want to regret. So, which leads me to barely eating, maybe one meal a day. And it's not even a meal.
Remy says, hope she's getting endoscopies done. I don't even know what that is. Ouch.
Uh, wait, hold on, wait, Carla,
Hmm.
Carla,
What?
you've never had an endoscopy.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know what it is. Maybe I have.
All right. Well, all right. This is a somewhat personal question. You can answer it or not. Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
Never.
That's why you need to get one, Carla.
Why?
Everyone by the age of it, it used to be the age of 50. Now it's the age of 40 that they
Really?
require you to start doing them because
Uh,
God forbid there is something wrong that you don't know about. And there's polyps that can turn cancerous and stuff like that. You
oh,
don't know unless you get that checked out. And they normally do it at the same time. They do first the colonoscopy, and sometimes they'll do the endoscopy at the same time. Well, afterwards. They can't do them at the same time. But
The toilet is your friend for a few hours.
no,
No, I've never had one.
I wouldn't call it a friend. It's calling a dire need.
Or if I did, they did it when I was in the hospital, and they
No,
never
no, no, no,
told
no, no,
me.
no, 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 no. You would remember a colonoscopy. Trust and believe. You would remember that because that's they ha, they have to put a tube up your behind.
Oh, yeah, I would remember that.
Yes, but see, you're not awake for it, so
Oh,
you're not. No, nobody's ever awake. You're in something that they call twilight, and
oh, yeah.
you're not. You're not awake. You're not awake at all.
You
But
have to drink
you don't
juice,
remember it.
specific juice. It tastes like ass. Oh God, ew. I've got a weak stomach too. I
Well,
can't.
no, they've actually made it better. They've made it slightly better where you can kind of you can't eat certain dyes for a certain amount of time because that could look like that's blood or something that shouldn't be there.
Oh,
So there's a certain amount of foods that you can't eat, especially anything like cherry or red.
the
And
shit you
then
drink beforehand tastes like what you're shitting out. Ew,
it's
yuck.
not that
That
bad.
makes me
Come
not
on.
want to get one.
It's all
Oh,
right. Do you ever have Miralax?
um, what is that stuff like?
It's like a powder and it just kind of helps things move along.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, as children, with my children, because my children don't drink enough water as they would when they were babies. I'd have to give them Miralax every so often because they would get bound up. So you have to drink pretty much a whole bottle of Miralax in
Yeah,
one sitting.
yeah.
Now, it does dissolve inside your drink. Normally they let us use orange Gatorade. Yeah.
Ugh.
So orange Gatorade they use and you can mix it up. Now, could they have actually expanded the drinks? They could have. But all I knew was the last thing was it was orange Gatorade and you put the Miralax in the orange Gatorade, which is it's not there. I've drank much worse because when back in the day when I first got one, you had to drink this nasty stuff. And man, that stuff was not kind to your stomach per se, where you
Oh
would be like
God.
running and it would be awful. It would just be awful. And
Taco
that's just anybody and everybody who's ever been through a colonoscopy knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Taco said when you get home, especially if you cut polyps out, damn, your ass will hurt when you go to use the restroom again. Oh my God. Oh, guys, you're scaring me now.
It's not that bad. Come on, guys. The worst part is the prep. Beyond.
Ginger
That
Locks,
is the
do you think allowing my daughter to get her hair a wild color for her 14th birthday a good idea? I think I don't know.
well, here's something that I did. During the pandemic, my kids asked me if they could get their hair colored, and I let them. But that was the pandemic. I have a 14-year-old. I will not let her get another different color like that again.
Did she get purple or something?
Oh yeah, she was like bright purple too. She had awesome hair. Like it was pretty awesome. Okay.
I'm never doing it again.
And
Taco says it was worse when I got home. I think, Jesus, I was in tears. I don't care if I die. I'm never doing that again.
oh my God, I disagree. I've had I've had oh my God, easy 10.
She's lying, Carla. It is that bad. It's called soup prep, I think was the nasty crap I had to drink. Oh, Lord.
I don't know. Maybe if you have gastroparesis, gluten-free allergy, and shit like
I
that,
mean,
like, you
you're
know
used
what?
to, I mean,
It's
you've
not
had
so
the
bad.
gamut of illnesses. You're probably, yes, you're probably no pro at it.
Well, no, because that's probably what started it first. And I'm like, I gotta get one. And I wouldn't tell anybody. Like, it was embarrassing to me. And then I realized, like, oh, they want everyone to get one by 40. And
Taco
because
says
the
you're
age used
minimizing
to
it.
be
You're minimizing it.
the age used to be 50. And Carla, my dear, you need to go see a gastro
Never,
doctor.
never, never, never had it.
You need to go
But
see a
I'm not
gastro
sick. I'm
doctor.
never sick. The problem with me is as soon as I go to a doctor, I get sick.
Yes, but here's the problem.
And when I don't tell them, I'm
You
fine.
you don't want something to grow out of proportion when it could have been solved very easily.
True. But I've never been sick. That's a thing with me. Like I really don't. When I do get
But
sick, it's
okay, so
really
that's
sick. But
great. But
I'm never sick.
all right, all right. Imagine you have a house, right? And all the
Mhm.
pipes, everything works great until they don't. And then you realize you got this huge ass problem that's like all the way rooted freaking out into the backyard where they have to start digging up shit and stuff. Where honestly, if you just would have gotten in the pipe sooner, you would have been
You
able to
should be
knock
talking to
it
my
off.
husband. My husband never goes to the doctor. Period.
The two
Period.
of
He
you need to
never
go and
goes.
get checked.
Neither of us go because we're both
OMG.
really healthy. Both.
OMG.
But
You
well,
can be
I was
you
thinking,
can be
what did they
healthy
do?
as
What did
a
they do in
freaking
my
horse.
mom was healthy. My dad was healthy. But what did they do in the old times? I
My
mean, they
friend
didn't
Kevin
do
was
all these.
healthy.
I think doctors make you sick. I really do.
My friend died running a marathon. Come
What's that?
on. Just
What's
because
that?
you're healthy doesn't mean things are working correctly inside.
Well, something's working, I think. Imagine your ass was working just
Oh
fine
no.
until someone told you that they needed to cut a few weeds out, and then your ass hurts for 2 days. Yeah.
Or, but then what if you didn't cut those weeds out and then those weeds grew into a certain area that can't just be done like
Do
that.
you ever think about like in the old days? I mean, they never had that. They never had those things, and they lived to be like 100 years old.
Well, guess what? They had to have colonoscopies at some point.
Well, I know, but not like in the old times. Like when my grandmother was young and stuff, they never did
Well,
that.
they lived to 65, 70 years old back in the day.
My grandmother lived to be 97. 97.
All right. All right. You're one of the few, especially
And
back
my
in those
mother lived
days.
to be 93. So,
All right. Okay. So, all right.
yep.
Don't get a colonoscopy. Don't do it. I'm telling you to do it. But that's just me trying to say, hey, make sure nothing is going to be harmed. And then you should have had it done probably a couple of years ago. Both of you.
Oh, we should have. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. The doctor told us to.
And
But we didn't.
the doctor told you to, and you didn't do it.
Well, when you go for a checkup, they always tell you to do that. They always tell you to go for one.
Well, if you haven't had one by that age, that's why.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a
Oh, one of
certain
these
age
days I will,
requirement.
or I'll
And
end up in the hospital for something
I
else and they'll
believe, is
do it.
younger than you and me.
We've never had anyone live past 68 in my family. Yeah, she was 97, and she actually sped up her death because she did not want to be on any kind of life support. So she pulled all the wires out of her arm, and she died because they couldn't keep her hooked up to any machine. Yeah, so she probably would have lived to be 100. Probably. I don't
No
know.
offense. If that's what she didn't want, and that's not what she wanted for herself. I'm sorry. By all means, it's kind of like that do not resuscitate. I don't want to be hooked up to machines. I've looked at my children and my husband. I said, if machines are the only thing keeping me alive, take me off. I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be on it. I don't want machines keeping me alive because guess what? If I ever do get off those machines, it's going to be hard as hell.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's worse than hell. I really do.
Well, she just did not want to live in a hospital stuck up to machines. And
I get
she
it.
said,
I
I lived
understand it.
97 years
At
without.
97 years of age, she has the right to say whatever the fuck she
Well,
wants.
before she went into the hospital, she was walking like 3 miles every day.
Oh,
So,
wow.
she was so healthy. My grandmother never smoked, never drank. Well, I think she had a glass of wine every once. I think at Christmas time, every once in a while, she'd have a glass of red wine. But
That's
she
it?
never.
Yeah, I'm going to die early.
My maternal grandma died at 90, her sister at 98, their mom died at 35, my mom died at 40. My father is 55 and hasn't been to a doc in 30 years. Yeah. A lot of people don't believe in doctors, believe it or not.
Your dad is 55?
His dad is 55. Her dad is 55.
Her
She's
dad.
young though. She's a baby. She's a baby. I swear my mom had a
I
death
feel
wish.
old. I feel old.
She was in hospice and smoked with her oxygen machine there. I could have killed her. Yeah. A lot of people don't think that, and I don't care what anybody says, but smoking.
Well, hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Keep talking. I'll be right there.
Oh, okay. But smoking, I mean, when I was smoking, like I took up smoking again after not smoking for like 10 years, and I started coughing. And as soon as I quit smoking, I stopped coughing. So I really think smoking is bad for you. Terry Schiavo.
Well, you know what's funny? My mom only thought I only used edibles and a vape. I'm like, no, Mom, I also use like flour as well. She's like, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, that means like I have, some time of like a percolating bong.
Yeah.
We'll call it a water pipe though, because that's how you have to call them in the store.
Oh, really?
Water pipe. Yeah, you cannot call them a bong. Cannot call
But
them a
that's what
bong.
it is for all intents and purposes.
Like, see, mine's really, really small. I don't need like these big ass ones that people have because I have small ones and it works fine for me and it's perfect for me, especially
Right.
For what I need and what I do. My kids are very much aware of what my medication is. We had to be. There's no way if I'm smoking this, it's a strong smell, they're going to smell it.
Right.
And for the longest time, they always said we thought there was always a skunk outside.
It does smell like skunk. I can smell it right away.
And I used to go, yep.
And I said to my daughter, because when she was smoking, I said, it smells like skunk.
Yep.
Is there a skunk
and that's what I used to tell them. Yep. It smells
They do. It smells like skunk.
So
it does.
When my doctor's like, all right, this is the way we're going to go, and I'm just like, all right, how do I go about this? How do I make this normal? He's like, the same way you would make anything else normal, the worst thing you could be doing is taking a pill. This isn't taking a pill.
Bye, tacos.
Bye, tacos.
Have a great
Love
day.
you, sweetie. So he's like, that's the worst thing you could possibly be doing. And honestly, my kids have seen me, like when you could take opioids and you start hearing things and seeing things that are not there, and I don't like that
What
at
kind
all.
of things?
Like I would, like for instance, if I was in bed at night, I would swear I could hear my oldest daughter talking, and I would start yelling, Gracie, go back to bed, go back to bed. And my husband's like, what the hell are you talking about? She's in bed. I'm like, but she's talking. No, she's not. What are you talking about? And I like stuff like that. I would,
Wow.
and it was from, it was from the opioids. It totally was from the opioids. Oh yeah.
Well,
But see, like the weird
that
thing, that's
can't be
why,
good, though. That can't be good if you're hearing people talking,
no,
like your
no.
kids talking.
And it was weird. There were times that if I looked at like a flat surface that was just painted or whatever, had nothing on it, I could see things. And I'd be like, the hell am I seeing? And I would be seeing like parades and stuff, like as if there was a projector on my wall or
Wow.
projector on my screen that I could still see through the TV, even though it was off. I'm like, what
Well,
the
that's
frick is
weird.
going on? It was my meds. Yeah, it
And
was.
then they wonder why you don't want to take meds.
Yeah. And then you wonder why, like, and yesterday my doctor's like, I want you to go to the emergency room. And I called him again. I said, what part of I'm not going to the emergency room? Not. I'm like, I'm in pain. They're going to look at me and go, there's nothing wrong with you, because I don't look like there's anything wrong with me.
Right.
A, I'm full of shit, or B, I'm a drug seeker, which we've had this conversation before.
Right. Right.
And because, I do look healthy, some people have deemed me that. Like, and it is a very degradable and horrible feeling that you can't even go to a hospital without them wondering, are you just here for drugs?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is, but that's how it is. And the sad thing is, these are the same MFers who put us on them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Then
you
why
can
give
tell
me
me you
drugs to
got a
start with?
problem to it. Mine was never because I over medicated myself or I took too many pills. I always took what I was prescribed. But
Right.
sometimes if I had a glass of wine just for the evening
Right.
or something, I could not do that. I
Right.
could not. That's what would screw me up. So
Right.
for a very, very long time, I didn't drink at all because it screwed me up. I can't do that. So for me, it was very easy for me to be the person to take care of other people because A, I wasn't drinking. B, I could have fun without drinking. But
Mhm.
like when you're constantly the person who's taking care of somebody at a certain age, you're just kind of like, all right, enough's enough.
Right. I can't see the UK legalizing anytime soon. It's madness. I guess, yeah.
Oh yeah, Shaz is in the UK. Yeah. I just subscribed
Yeah,
to her
yeah.
channel. I saw that because she's got rheumatoid arthritis. I'm like, you
Yes. I think she's
fucking
the one that was talking about were you the one that was talking about magnesium?
probably.
Yes. It might have been her. She was talking about how bad her
I love seeing
legs and
her
feet
in here.
hurt.
I missed her so much. Like I missed her so much. You could still reach me on Discord, LaDonna. Just saying.
She said, when I was recovering from surgery and had the drip morphine in 2011, I saw myself walking around an Italian house I had just recently read and watch the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. That's weird.
I was watching like what I could see on my wall the one time, and it reminded me of like North Korea army style, them walking and marching. That's what it looked like. I was watching. I'm like, it looked like people marching in like, those
Hi, Rosa.
crazy ways that say North Korea marches, like, kicking their legs out and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I shouldn't be seeing what I'm seeing. I'm looking at the fucking wall. There is nothing coming out of the wall. Like, I thought it was nuts.
You should have woke your husband up and said, "They're
But no, this
the
was
British are coming. The British
everybody
are
was
coming."
awake. This wasn't when the people were sleeping. This was when we were awake in the morning.
Oh, you saw it downstairs?
Uh-huh. I saw it in my living room.
Oh my God.
Sitting up, went downstairs, got something to eat.
Val was the one that spoke about magnesium. I posted a video about rheumatoid arthritis attacking my feet and how quickly it can happen. I think you were talking about how you couldn't walk around the grocery store yesterday, right? Correct?
That was Sunday. Me and my husband went to the grocery store Sunday, and I can't tell you how good I've been. For instance, on Friday when I did my video that I made at Grounds for Sculpture, which is just, it's such a cool place. It's just really such a cool place. You just get to walk around, and there's these little areas, and you can totally miss them if you go, ooh, do I go in here? And you go in, and there's something in there, and you're like, oh my God, like you don't realize that there's something in there.
LaDonna waved at you in a Discord DM.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll wave back. I promise. I'm like, I'm not very good at Discord. And
We've barely been in Discord.
I'm going to say, and I'm like, it's been really difficult for me to keep up with Discord lately. With the kids being in school and shit like that, I'm just like, bah. And then I noticed my daughter had a hard time with her math test, and I had to talk with her teachers yesterday. And once again, I'm like, oh my God, do I have to ride her like I did last? And I'm like saying this to the teachers, and they're like, no, we are not going to have that happen for you. It is not, this is our job, not yours. You don't have to. I'm like, okay, I'm buying what you're giving me. I'm taking it.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, though, I do know my child. If she doesn't study on her own,
right,
or if they don't say you have to study A, B, and C, and there isn't a note that's sent home to me that doesn't says she needs to study A, B, and C, she's going to tell me she's got no homework.
The younger one?
Yes.
The younger one? Okay,
Yeah,
the younger one.
Where if I need to hand something in, then that's homework. But study is not homework.
Right.
No. Nobody ever said that. Not ever.
Right.
Now, my oldest can study really well. She's gotten really good at it. But things are getting a little bit harder for her. I'm like, that's kind of what happens. So I said, but you have an IEP. I said, you need to reach out to your case manager. So she's like, oh my God, I reached out to the case manager. This. I'm like, I told you.
Hi, Kelly. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, so
Sorry, I didn't mean to
she just got super excited because I guess sometimes they don't realize the help that they do have with the things that they have now got put into place for them. Like Gracie's got an IEP, which is like they beyond help you. And Alexa's got a 504, which is she gets really good help.
Okay.
But where Grace has a little bit more because of her diabetes. Alexa has ADHD.
Does that affect her learning?
It can't. It's in her sight.
Oh, okay. Does she have problems with her sight?
Does she have what?
Problems with her sight.
Yes.
Oh.
She started losing.
And that Really?
She
I didn't
started
know that was
losing
part of
her
it.
vision in her eyes, not losing vision per se, but everything, like to a point where she can't read it. Like, for
Oh,
instance, I'm sitting in my bed right now and I'm
right.
looking across the room and I can read everything that is put out. She
Okay.
can't. She can't read letters
Well,
like
that's hard. Does she have Did she wear glasses?
no. I mean, yes. Oh my God, yes. And
Okay.
I found my glasses and
Uh,
I realized, like, for even just looking at my phone and looking at the text, how much I really do need them. I need them
yeah.
desperately.
My husband, he can't read anything close up without his
Oh,
glasses.
it's a
And
pain in
he
the ass,
used it
man.
for years. He saw perfectly. Now, I don't know if it's because he's getting old or what, but he cannot read without his glasses on. He can't read anything. And see, I can read close up, but I can't read far away. I guess, nearsighted, what you call it. I'm nearsighted,
Right.
but
I'm more farsighted than I am nearsighted.
they're called EHCP here. We little one has pretty much the most help available with disabilities she has. I guess, yeah, if you have disabilities, you would need more help. It's like my grandson, he's got ADHD and he needs extra help in school.
You know what? I was up, and you know me, I am not a late night person.
Right.
I was up on the phone talking with Kay Smalls last night till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
But we were more talking about diabetes than anything else
Oh,
because
she's got it, doesn't she?
she's type 1. I explained to her my fears of my daughter being type 1, and she, she's kind of helping me through as a mom what to expect, what not to expect, where to be concerned, where not to be concerned, and things like that. And she's like, there's just certain things she's got to find out for herself. I'm like, that's what I'm afraid of.
Ginger Locks, my little one has nice, I can't even pronounce that word, nice nystagmus. And we've always gauged if she's going to be ill or if she's tired with that. I don't know what that is. What is that? Nice.
My little one has.
I don't know what that is.
Hold on, let me get my glass. Oh my
I really don't know what that is.
God. I'm
What is
not
it?
even sure if I do, and that's why I'm looking for my glasses at the moment to see if I can actually see what the words.
Can we look it up?
Hell, oh, my glasses.
Do you wear glasses?
I do have glasses
I've never seen you wear glasses. How come I've never seen you wear glasses?
because I haven't
Nine.
really had the need to wear them till recently. That's why.
Uh,
God damn it. There's some sunglasses. So they were wearing my sunglasses. Can't find it.
okay. Prescription TD treatment official patient site. Learn about treatment option that may help manage symptoms. Oh my God, these words I can't pronounce. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce them.
I'm sorry. I don't
I'm
have
an idiot.
my laptop open. I'm on my phone at the moment, so it's not like I can go look it
I
up.
looked it up
Look
and
it
I
up and I
can't pronounce.
disconnect myself.
I can't pronounce them. Carla, that little one in the photo I sent you, she's running rings around the teachers at high school, saying she's sick to get out of PE, etc. She's very. Oh my God! I can't even tell you how many times I had my period to get out of PE when I was in high school.
I can remember being a sophomore, and I went to a Catholic school, and as a sophomore, there was a girl that I knew who was awesome. She was so cool though. She wound up getting pregnant.
Oh,
Sophomore year.
wow!
And so when we had gym, she would have to just walk the gym, like and just walk. That's all she had to do because she was pregnant. So she didn't participate in anything. So as long as she walked, she got a good grade for gym.
Oh my God.
And for Catholic schools, here's the funny thing. They made maternity uniforms, just saying.
Oh my gosh, you think Catholic would want to stay away. Her eyes wobble all the time, and it's worse when she's tired or poorly. Her eye muscles aren't strong enough. And then Shaz said, they're talking about surgery on the muscles in her eyeballs. That creeps me out
Whoa.
too. Oh, one time I burnt my eyeball with the curling iron. The dog jumped up on me and I was curling my
Oh
hair, and my
my.
curling iron went on my eyeball.
Oh
And,
my
and the
God.
doctor said it was just like if you break an egg into a frying pan. That's what my eyeball looked like.
Oh my
I had
God.
to wear a eye patch. Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
Oh, no, thank you. Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, I scratched my eyeball. Not scratched it, I burnt it. The
Oof.
dog just jumped up on me, and the curling iron went right on my eyeball. Ugh. I can't
So,
even think about it now without getting the
all
EBGBs.
right, well, here, let's change the subject. So my husband comes home
Okay.
yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
And he comes in and he looks at me and he's like, so are we going? And I'm like, are we going to where? He's like, the hospital. I said, what did I say to you? He's like, yeah, but you always say that. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I mean it this time. You're going to have to drag me. I don't trust them anymore. I don't believe that they can do anything to help me. And that the one doctor who always tells me, don't go to the hospital because they're never going to understand. They're never going to help you. They're always going to be suspicious of you. This is what he says. He tells me to go to the hospital. They'll help you. They'll give it to you through IV, bada, 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 bada. I'm like, because me going into the hospital, telling them my whole body hurts where I don't look like I have anything wrong, and asking for exactly what I need doesn't make me look like a drug seeker. Come on, Dr. C. You know better than that. Like, come on. He knows better than that. Anybody knows better than that. Don't go around asking for shit like that. You can't. Or you will be deemed as a drug seeker if you ask to get a specific medication. If you ask for it, you're done. And that's what I don't understand. And that's what I find to be completely unfair, especially if you're in pain and
You there? Uh-oh, you cut out. Your little one has Down syndrome. Go to a channel called the Hillbillies, Shaz. They have a little boy that's like the cutest little guy. He's like, I think he's like 3 years old, and he's got Down syndrome, and he is the cutest little sweetheart. It's the Hillbillies. It's called the Hillbillies. Burnt eyeball. Yeah, burnt eyeball. It was horrible, horrible. It was the worst. She must have got a phone call. Yeah, that burnt eyeball. That killed me. Here she comes. We lost you. We lost you.
yeah, I'm like, wait, what happened?
I don't know. Wasn't me.
Well, no. I got a phone call on my phone.
That's what I said. I
And do you want
figured.
to know what's really, really, really weird? It said it was unknown. And guess where the phone call came from?
Where?
Pittsburgh.
Oh my God. It wasn't me. I promise. I
Yeah,
promise. It
well,
wasn't me.
it couldn't be Carla. Well,
No,
probably aren't. You're on your computer. You're probably not on your phone. But no,
I'm not on my phone, but
if
I'm on my
if
computer, but it wasn't me.
if you were to call me, it would come up Carla.
Yeah, it would. Last time in the hospital, they gave me a roommate. Lady wouldn't stop screaming like she was dying about her foot hurting. They gave her morphine and dilaudid. Then all of a sudden, she was laughing, etc. I guess they give medication to people that don't need it. You know,
Not around here, they don't, man. My God,
they don't hear.
an
I can't even
agony,
get it.
like, wait a minute.
They don't in Pittsburgh either. That you cannot even get a
You gave me
prescription.
0.3 of Dilaudid like a second ago. You should put, yeah, 0.3. That ain't gonna do shit. Thank you. That doesn't work. That don't work at all. I mean,
Well,
with
for
the
certain
diabetes,
prescriptions here, you can't get in the regular drugstores. You just can't. They have to. You have to jump through hoops to get them. So
do, and that's the bullshit stuff, right? And
yeah,
called and I asked my doctor to re-prescribe. And he had said to me, if you need it, I will fill it for you. You know, I would prefer you. So I called him up and told him. And then I don't know what happened, but he was just like, I can't prescribe it for you. So go to the hospital and tell him this is what you need.
Well, why can't he prescribe it for you? Because it might be because the
want another medication that might weirdly coincide with the other medication.
Oh, okay.
Which he was the one who put me on the medication that I said, can you refill? Or I wouldn't ask to be refilling it.
Well, doesn't he know what kind of medication you're on? So wouldn't he know?
Right. And he did. And he was like, he was okay with it. And then I said to the nurse, I said, well, that's weird that he's saying he can't do this because now I'm on this medication, that he can't give me this medication. I said, because he just gave me that medication. And if it was a problem, if it was an issue, my pharmacy wouldn't give it to me.
Correct.
If there was a problem with like two medications.
Because they know you go to the same pharmacy, right?
Correct. Yeah, I'm not like a pharmacy.
So they're going to know what, because my pharmacy too, they know what I can and can't take.
Correct. And I have a small pharmacy, so they're very good at doing stuff like that.
They cross-reference things. Yeah. They do.
And there was no issue before. And he's just like, well, I can't because of this. I'm like, well, that wasn't a problem before. Why is it going to be a problem now? For him, it was all
just looking for excuses. Well, why can't you just have some so that in case something comes up?
I still have 2 of them left, but that's all I got. I only got 2.
Yeah, but you gotta, yeah.
I mean, he did give me some muscle relaxers that didn't do crap. I'm like, I might as well smoke weed than do that because that doesn't work.
Hey, Molly. How are you? What's up?
Marissa,
she's in here.
What's up, Marissa?
What's up, lady?
Are you still in Florida?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, lady? You are?
Torturing that bird at laundry. Who needs
Want to come up and talk to us?
Tortured.
Want to come up and talk to us? You can come up and talk to us for a bit. Say hello. I know there's not too many people in here, but oh well. The new doctors are by the book. They don't want to take time to see what works. They want what the book says will work.
Is that what Remy said? Because you know what? Here, Remy. Yeah. You know what's really funny, Remy? I was in the hospital, right? So I had some doctor come in. He was talking to me about stuff. And I told him that I'm on this infusion called Orencia. Now, I don't know exactly what Orencia is used for, but I'm on Orencia, and the guy's like, well, no, you can't have ankylosing spondylitis.
Hey, Gemma.
It's not used for that. Was it Marissa here?
Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Long time no see, lady. I don't think Marissa's getting really good reception where she's at. Oh, you
No, and I
too,
think
LaDonna.
and uh, her and White Boy Lockdown do have their issues, but at
What?
least White Boy Lockdown Radio has, you know, and a
Oh
lot of
my
people.
God, I was getting dizzy watching him yesterday. He was walking around with his phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dizzy.
I dig him though. I really like him. I like
He's
him a lot.
likable. He's likable. He is
I
likable.
agree.
I don't know. I never heard of him before, but yeah, he is
No,
likable.
this was where, yeah,
Hey, Marissa.
Hey,
hey, how you
Oh,
doing?
sad.
I can't believe you said that there's nobody here but come up. Why would I not come up? I don't care. I don't care that there's not 1,000 people watching. Come on.
No, I just said that
Yeah,
like that.
that you don't care.
Don't worry.
I know you
Okay.
don't care.
I'm
Sorry, you
still
don't
at
care.
the hotel. My body's beat up. I took yesterday off, because of the back of my feet, and my feet suck. And I'm really, really burnt on my
You
face.
are burnt. I
I
agree.
burnt pretty bad.
You have sunscreen?
Yes, and I forgot to put it on
Your
again.
face is burnt. Your
I-
face is
All
really
right,
burnt.
all right, you're in Florida. I'm sure you can find a large brimmed hat somewhere to put it on where it covers your whole face and, body to a point where it won't burn your face too much. Like that's what I wear now because I don't want to get age spots and stuff anymore because I'm already starting with them.
Oh, yeah, I'm so tired.
Are you going to be
So,
out there today?
yeah, I'm going there today.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Outside of Roberta's or outside of Cassie's?
I don't know what their plans are, but I mean, I already got to see a couple of my family members last night here at my hotel. Um, I
It seems like this trip is going better though than the last. Even though like you're
Yeah.
burnt and
well,
you're hurt more, and here's the thing. Like people are making such a big deal at the fact that like you put a picture on their porch of Gabby that was lemon.
Oh my God.
I didn't even
And
know anyone was making a big deal about it at all.
I couldn't believe it. I'm
I
like, of
want to know
course.
something. The press is dying for something to film. Why do you think?
I said
Do
you
you
were.
honestly think, Ginger? Do you really think that I'm running up to the camera saying,
Now
"Hey, hey, get your cameras ready"?
I know you're
No,
not. Yeah, I know that.
No, but I mean, who would have called? Someone called, right? Do you think it was someone from
it,
YouTube?
no, absolutely. You're right.
I believe it was an N and a C.
No. What do you mean?
What's
No,
an NXC?
no. Are you talking about who called the police?
Who called you?
Who called me?
Remember
I
someone
don't get that.
called you and said it was, and you're like, "Don't call me again." You
Oh,
don't
someone
remember?
called when she was out there. Someone called. I know that. Yeah.
Well, there's a girl, no regrets, that she
No.
lowered the volume and picked up my cell phone number. And what was happening was every time I'm going to go live, they would call and knock me off the internet. So I changed my phone number. Adrian changed my phone number for me yesterday.
Well,
So I
that's
have a new.
pretty
I have a.
shitty.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, who called the police on
All
you
right.
putting
All
that?
right. I'll clear that up for you. Now it's very interesting that
Wasn't it the
you
neighbor?
it was the neighbor, wasn't Roberta. The cops have been 1,000,000% honest with us, like a little too honest. Like I'm shocked. You know how they're just like, oh, we can't say anything. They go, no, it's that man right over there. That's the guy. And I'm like, what? And they said, yeah. They're like, he calls us for any little thing. And when they took my ID, because I said, I live in Hershey. I'm from out of state. I was basically saying I'm from out of state because I didn't know I couldn't go on their thing because they didn't have a no. The laundries don't have a no trespassing sign.
Okay.
You have to have a no
So why
trespassing
is
sign.
going up to their
In
stuff?
order to get a warning, you have to have it displayed. Why aren't they putting that out? So this is the thing. And I know you guys sound a little confused, but guess what? I don't blame anyone for being confused about what's happening down there because this is all bullshit. I'm telling you. This whole thing is bullshit.
Now,
It's
see, I knew the neighbor called, like, because I was watching
yeah.
when that happened.
It's such
Well, the
bull.
cops seemed really nice, though.
They have been at Cassie's house. They were nice. Every time I've been there, they've been super nice. And I got even to see 2 of the cops from last time.
Oh, really? And Clancy says, isn't the whole point that this is a big deal? It is
Why
a
is
big
it a
deal.
big deal? You know what? I have to say, I give the Daily Mail really good credit. I haven't been watching much of anything, but D-Land and they sent me the Daily Mail UK video. Brian and Laura uploaded it.
Right.
I'm so fucking happy that someone had the fucking balls to put it on where I said specifically, because your son is making this shit so big, we can't talk about other kids, other people who have needs. You get what I'm saying? No one's talking about Summer Wells anymore. No one's talking about, the things that we started. Because, and I said,
well, thankfully, I think the Summer Wells is still going on, believe it or not. And yes, the laundries have captivated more audience.
We can't. Listen, Jelani Day's mother said, "Look at this. My son was not a loser." She goes, "My son went to graduate school. He was going to be a doctor. I can't get an investigation. I can't get any public interest help because everyone's going crazy over this Brian Laundrie guy." That reserve, oh my God, is 25,000 acres. I lasted a half an hour in there. And I was like, you know what? Don't like nature, did it?
I'm like, I'm even surprised
Did you seriously go there? Marissa, did you seriously go there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's deep in it. Snakes.
Were you scared?
No,
snakes?
no.
I'm scared. Yes. It's very much out of my comfort. But the other people there were 4 others that I was with, and they were like basically looking for this kid's body. They started going inside the brush to follow a sound, and your legs get scratched, and it's thorny. It's not safe at all. This all from the trees.
There's snakes and alligators.
Yes.
No. How
did you see any?
I recorded. I have a video on my channel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it for members only? I'm a member, but
no, it's not on members only. It's out there.
When did you post it? I've just got up a little while ago.
It yesterday.
Oh, okay. So I missed it.
And I'm surprised. Like I don't mind nature, but I like what you were in is way more than what I call nature. You were like in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, no, thank you.
And then
no,
it was. I was extremely uncomfortable.
I'm out. Nope. Probably killer spiders. No, thank you.
Everything was in there. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." And I lived in Florida for 5 years. I lived in Naples, not too far away from Northport, for 5 years. My sister lives in Northport. My nephew worked with Brian Laundrie personally, and when I was at the house, a lot of people were coming by, and they were saying, "Hi, Molly." I have one video of it, but then it got redundant. People are actually coming out there because I'm there.
Well, that's a good thing, though, isn't it? Maybe they'll say something. Maybe the laundries will say something.
I don't know. I think that's just weird.
I
People
think
saying, I've been following you, I've been following you, I've been following you. And I had to like take it in, and then like as I'm driving back,
I understand what you're saying.
it's a lot of things are bothering me. Just, and I have these weird people coming up to me, talking to me on the side that are just asking me way, way, way too personal questions, like really personal questions, and I'm just like, what? So the vibe
Personal
up there
questions.
is just when are you leaving? What's your next plan? Are you going to go search the backyard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he's in the house? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
where do you
Feel like, get away from me.
um like trying to see what my moves are? Where I mean, I kind of went down there thinking for the second time, and I fought with it. I even canceled the trip, and then rebooked it again. I was like, you know what? If it works with Cassie, maybe it'll work with them. There's no way these people are budging. There's no way.
Nope.
There's nothing I can do, nothing I can say. But I also don't want to be the one that the press is waiting for so that they can say, oh, look at these protesters. They're causing this. I got to finally talk to the neighbor that rents out the Fox house, who's directly across Fox News house. And Fox News is super nice, super nice, all of them. And I it's so weird. It's just a weird vibe. You're gonna tell me that just me yelling is your story?
That you
Because they're not getting anything.
Yep. That's exactly what I was just saying.
Yeah.
You
that's all they're getting.
Story.
And they're also not telling people. Of course, they're not going to tell people. They're not telling people what I'm reacting to. There's somebody. This time 6 times I saw them at the window. But I'll tell you one thing. I said, "Do you want me to be quiet?" When they were doing their thing for Fox News, their report for Fox News. I said, "Do you want me to move?" And they goes, "No, stand." They all said, "No, stand there." And he said, "There's one protester that's been out here for 8 hours," and that was me. And I got to see that because they were like, "You were on Fox News," but somebody sent me the link. Did I go looking for it?
Or telling me you were on like Fox News TV. Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, the message is just come out and tell him to turn himself in. He's only a person of interest.
Wasting everybody's time.
So what if they would come out, Marissa, would you ask them questions?
No. I'd have the press ask them. The report.
What would you do? Call the police?
The press will stomp on her. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't stomp on them. I'd back away.
But is the press there all the time? Because you don't see them.
24 hours. 24 hours.
They just sit there and wait.
Yeah, they're under tents. They're under tents, and they have use of the house. They're on computers in the house. Yeah.
If you go on, I guess, White Boy Lockdown Radio, you can see more of where he shows the tents. He doesn't really show the reporters or anything like that, but he shows you all the tents for all the people who are camped out.
Yeah, all day, all night. They go in shifts.
Oh, is there people camped out there too?
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens. So they're getting paid $3,500 a week until it's over. Okay.
Wow.
That means that they have a use of a bathroom, use of utilities, cold waters, and so much food is being delivered there. Actually, when I went to that reserve, one of my Patreons sent a bunch of Pizza Hut in my name, and the Ashley Banfield people collected and ate it all. I swear to God. And they gave the last pizza away to this guy at CNN.
Mhm.
And I said, wait a second.
Give me
I
that
go,
back.
no, I was like,
That's
wait.
fine.
I go, yeah, that's one of my people that sent all the pizza. And they were like, oh, you weren't here. And I was like, okay, all right. But you want to know something? I wasn't hungry anyway. I really wasn't. And yesterday after I didn't have dinner. I didn't see anyone that first night. Yesterday, I was able to go over to Carrabba's. And let me tell you something. I usually say no to the bread. I scarfed down bread so quickly. I was so
Starving. Right.
my my the bottom of my feet are killing me. Oh my god, killing me.
How
And
many people are in your group? I mean, how many people are with you?
um I'm by myself, and um I don't know what anybody's other plans are, but I know that Lockdown and his wife are gonna meet me out there today. I'm kind of worried because I am not. I don't listen. I hope the press doesn't think that I'm going to be yelling today. I'm not going to be.
Probably hoping you do.
Of course they are, and that's not what.
They're gonna probably be like, all right, you know what? Maybe we'll slide you this much to do something.
No,
Yeah,
I said that. That's
a
against.
slow news day.
But that's against everything that I stand for, and I have way too many questions. See, but that's the thing. That's when I say I fell into this trap. This whole story is a big, huge distraction. Any fool can see that. I don't want to be a part of it. And I saw it the first time, and my husband even admitted it. He was like, "Of course, they don't want you guys talking about." He goes, "We're not allowed to be talking about the jab. We're not allowed to be talking about Afghanistan. They want us to forget about this, and that." How common is it for a girl to get strangled? Extremely common by a boyfriend. But
Do
why is it?
you think it would make a difference if her parents came down and knocked on the door? Or they just wouldn't answer?
Well, and I think it would make a difference if the parents even came out and even said something, anything.
Well, yeah, but I know, but I
They were
mean,
out in Wyoming. They went to go collect her remains. They just
oh
were.
God.
Oh, you meant the Petito. I'm talking about the
No, I'm
Lucas.
talking the Petito family. Do you think it would make a difference to the laundries if they came out
No, I
and
don't think.
said
I don't
anything?
think they would face them. I don't think that they would face them. They'll get the Petito family. The aunt said that they thanked the protesters for what they're doing, but that she really couldn't talk. But I just found it very fishy that a lot of things happened, and people have to understand that a lot of things happen in 48 hours. It was just
Right.
very strange. And when I talked to that one girl, she was like, Marissa, the press is twisting this whole shit up. And that's why we keep going down there and record everything. She goes, because they're really trying. They made it a big story about the cops coming
Yeah.
to, and what happened? Some people on YouTube thought I got arrested. I didn't even get a warning. Because they even said, they're like, is she going to get a warning? And he goes, nah, nah, nah. They did pull me over and talk to me on the side, the cop. Because there's a part where you don't see me. And Noelle was still recording. Her name's Noelle, Damaged Goods. And she says she's with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we're fine with what you're doing. The investigation is no longer in the police's hands. It's in the FBI's hands. I knew that.
Right.
Yes. They're only here for crowd control. And that one old guy across the street, right next to the Fox house, is the one that keeps calling the cops. He says
Why? What's his problem?
he
Exactly.
doesn't like it. He does not want the protesters out there. And my point is, as the neighbor, walk on over there and say, I'm getting very upset by this. I'm getting very upset
How
by
old is this neighbor?
He's pretty old.
And that's what I'm saying. This is probably like
And
his
how am I supposed to
retirement,
know that?
and
How
he's
was I supposed to know that? I didn't see him that first time.
No,
And
and
How
said,
you
about
know,
the rest of the
Joe, and
neighbors?
you're not supposed to know any of this. And I'm not even saying that you are. I'm just making like, okay, maybe this is the reason why he's pissed. But the fact of the matter is you're right. He may not be happy with the protesters, but yeah, he needs, he needs to be talking up and being like, you know what? My friends or my neighbors need to come clean. My neighbors need to say what's going on, because a life was lost that shouldn't have been, and now the son can't be found, and everybody knows that the parents are behind it, obviously, because they're not one bit worried about where their son is at all.
You think they know where he is?
yeah,
Yes.
Really?
yeah,
You
Yes.
don't think he's dead then?
I,
No.
definitely not. No way.
See, I thought maybe. Hi, Josephine. I thought maybe he might be dead.
No, I think his parents would be a little bit more upset, and probably maybe even a little bit more worried.
Operative?
Did they talk to Cassie? Like, can Cassie talk sense to them? Because I know she's come out and talked.
Yeah.
They
And
won't
She
talk to
is
her.
their daughter.
Cassie came out and said on Sunday, that last Sunday, okay? I remember I
Mhm,
had left on Sunday. She came
mhm,
out and she said, it's because of you guys on Saturday. I was there Saturday. I was supposed to be there on Sunday. So
mhm.
I'm one of the people that helped crack that. Why do you think I came down a second time? I was like, oh shit, it works. It works. But she came out, she's like, my parents aren't talking to me. Maybe Cassie doesn't really know the whole truth.
No, maybe
That was a goodbye trip.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm
It was
thinking
a
there's
goodbye
some
trip.
parts that she knows, but she does not know
I
everything.
don't think she was as close to her parents as Brian was.
Well, he lived there. You know?
He lived there. He was still young. She lived there
But I think he was
for
a
two
favorite.
years. She lived there.
But she's got the grandchildren.
And now you got this thing where Roberta's friend is coming out and talking shit about how Gabby was disliked by Roberta because she's irresponsible. She wasn't grateful for meals. She was messy. She smoked pot. She wasn't good with money. I'm like, oh my God. That's why I was like, wait a second. Are they doing third party damage control over here? I was like, how how do these people know so much? They're like, oh, they broke up. They broke up on that trip. And he came home and thought that it would look bad. So they got a lawyer. I was like, what?
That doesn't make sense.
You know, it's
Who
all
does that?
That doesn't
Who
make
does
sense.
that?
people are. And the thing is, what people aren't getting, my husband's like, Marissa, don't waste your time with the laundry house. They pleaded the fifth. You wasting your time. Yeah, H, I get it. I get it. And when the police are, the police, I'm telling you, the police are super, super, super nice. All they said to me was, and they ran to see if I had any, warrants or anything. No, nothing. They said, just keep, what's her name, off the, bullhorn, please. And then he said some people around here have some problems, and turns out there's someone there has cancer and is getting cancer treatment. How was I supposed to know that? Do I feel sympathy for that? Yes, I do. But my point and my question is, how long is this going to go on for? I'm
Right.
Well, all they have to do is come
Why
outside
are
and
they
say,
getting mad at the protesters and not getting mad at the
exactly.
laundry
at
for
the
saying
laundry.
Yeah.
nothing?
Well, it's not
Who
the
brought
police
this
that's
home in
mad.
this neighborhood?
It's that one neighbor. It's that one neighbor. And you
Is
want to know something? Everybody's out there in the heat, and I don't like the heat. I'm not used to this environment. I'm
Right.
I'm getting a little cuckoo, and I'm getting pissed off, and I don't want to hear anything from anybody. And, Laura was telling me the other night, she was like, Mercy, you don't know what happened. There was so much drama. I can't even scratch the surface with this thing. And then NewsTubers Live is like demanding to talk to me on Hangouts. I was like, dude, I deleted the app.
They made such a fuss about you being on the news. Did they make as much a fuss as Makeup Mobster being on the news?
I don't know. I'm not watching.
Because she was on the news.
She willingly went on the news.
Exactly.
She
So
willingly. She
why
totally
do people
willingly
not
went.
go
And,
nuts over that?
and she said something very generic. And I didn't think it was bad, but this is also the same makeup mobster that said to Tiffany, why is she wasting so much time on someone she didn't know, like whatever. This is also the stuff come from the same girl who went back and deleted all her stuff. I just found this out recently. She went back into the Chris Watts groups, deleted all those horrible comments that she made about Shanann killing her kids and how I guess
Oh, I didn't.
I was never in those groups, and I guess people saved them. That she killed it, and that she brought it on herself. Just these horrible.
But what I'm saying is, how come they made such a fuss over you being there, but they didn't make a fuss over her being on the news? Like, I don't get it.
Well,
Like,
I think the reason is because Marissa is at the laundry house. What you were doing, I'm sorry, was not something that was utterly and totally offensive. It's not like you were destroying property.
no.
You were just leaving pictures, and you know what? They could go out and take those pictures down once the sun goes down.
Well,
That's
somebody
kinda what they
hired a
do
plane to
anyway.
put it up in the air, Justice for Gabby. I
What?
saw that on the news. Someone hired a plane and had a big banner saying
That
Justice
was
for
TikTok.
Gabby.
That's
Yeah.
people from
So
TikTok.
people are spending a lot of money on this. People want to see answers. They want to have answers.
Yeah, I'm spending a lot of money too, and I'm not getting anywhere. And you want to know something? I did this. Yes, I did this for Gabby, but I also did this for my channel. I did this for my views. And you want to know something? If I'm going to talk about these subjects, I need to be able to distinguish when I see what the media is telling us and the lack thereof. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the reason I became friends with that lockdown boy is because they were like, the media's really trying to twist this shit.
Right.
They were like, they say this, but then they're like right in front of our faces. So you have to understand
Right.
that the most important thing here is just remember that whole thing about how psychologists and stuff, they don't like life coaches. Why? We don't have boundaries. We don't have we have, ethics, but then we don't, not boundaries. They have like oaths and stuff that they have to take. Same thing with the news. A YouTuber found Gabby's body. YouTubers are getting all the good stuff. TikTok, those kids on TikTok are doing all the work. So you want to know something? They found out that I was a YouTuber, and that wasn't my intention. You get what I'm saying? So when Brian
Right.
was like, I didn't know who she was. Well, guess what? Because I didn't say Molly Golightly. If I would have said that first time when he said in your name, I said Marissa Zadinsky.
Oh, yep, you did not. You
If I would
never
have said
ever
Molly Golightly,
Yeah, you
I
did.
would have had a gajillion people following me and a gajillion people watching. Now you want to say that I'm doing it for views? Well, guess what? I'm not streaming in front of the house. I'm having problems with my phone. I'm not interested in streaming in front of the house because there's nothing to see. Do you want to hear me yell? Watch another channel. Watch another channel. But at least
Somebody
I,
else will have it.
yeah, and this is the thing. At least I got to talk to the woman that just bought the house in June that Fox News is renting out.
Mhm.
I got to talk to the main neighbor. Like, her story was shocking to me. And Vinnie Politan and my husband both said the same thing. Go down there and talk to chatty neighbors. Now, another thing is this car pulled up, and it was this three women, a young girl and two women, and they said that the three of them worked at Publix with Gabby and Brian. And they said that they're not allowed to talk about it. And
Oh,
Oh.
not allowed to talk about it. And I said, yeah, my nephew worked at, what'd you call him? They said, who's your nephew? And I explained to them. They said, oh my God, yes. She goes, he worked with Brian. And I said, yeah. I go, my nephew is very upset. I go, it said he's shocked because he thought Brian was very, very nice. He worked with him.
Mhm.
My sister, my older sister, doesn't want any, um, she doesn't want to come out and talk because, and I get it. I totally feel, and she's a little too close. She's just a little too close.
too close for comfort to a story that she doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister, my sister needs to get out of that neighborhood.
Yep.
She does. My mom said it too. And my sister's doing good. She recently got a divorce, so she used to live on Magnolia Terrace. They said, oh, she doxed her address. I knew that she moved out, but I knew that she still lived in Northport. I called my mom. My mom said, no, I knew she moved out because she was looking for a place. She was looking for a place, house going up for sale. She was on Mayflower. So I was like, oh shit. It's like 6 miles or 6 blocks away or something like that. My mom's like, no. She did move out. She just moved into this other place. And I'm like, no. I was like, no. And now she's like a zillion closer. Can't tell you which direction because I promised I wouldn't say anything. And my family comes first
Right.
before
Absolutely.
YouTube. My family always came before YouTube. And my family comes before YouTube.
Absolutely. Completely agree with you.
And my sisters and brothers, um I love my sisters and brothers. I love my mom and my stepdad. I love my in-laws. I love my husband and child more than the world. And this is my thing. This is my interest. This is my place. This is my.
Right.
It's nobody else in your family.
Do you have any idea how long you'll be there or no?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I honestly I'm having a hard time resting again.
Uh-huh.
I get very worked up. I mean, I was yelling. I was yelling, and I haven't yelled in a while. I was like, man, I like this.
Kind of
You
cathartic.
got some of your aggression out, some of your anger out.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gotta be somewhat cathartic.
You know what? You want to know something? I have so many people messaging me. I don't know. So many people want to interview. Oh, and then that Ashley Banfield. Did I tell you about this, Ginger?
No.
Last week. Hi, I'm producer with some new news, and Ashley Banfield wants to interview you. Is it okay if we send a crew to your house at 10 p.m.?
No.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. And then what happened is they called me back and they said, we're not going to be able to do it tonight because Nicole Brown Simpson's sister wanted to talk about this thing with Kim Kardashian. on SNL. So they were like, we'll be in touch. And when I was talking to Tiffany and one of my Patreons, they were all like, you should tell her to go straight to hell. So the woman, like,
Wait, that's a weird
yep.
story.
And I talked to Vinny. Vinny said, Marissa, if you do talk to her, keep it professional, please. He goes, please behave. And I was like, you know, I don't like her. And I told the woman, I said, I don't like her. I don't like Ashley Banfield. I just don't. And the thing is she's got a very bad reputation. She's very unprofessional, and she's gotten fired from everything. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like she's like the rag magazines of and she did apparently she's not allowed to pay for interviews, but she did in the past. Anything to be the first one to get a story where the networks don't pay. And Vinnie Paulson said Daily Mail pays and so does TMZ. He goes, we don't pay. CNN, all the he goes, we don't pay. So
Can I tell you, the same day that she had words to say about you,
yeah,
was the same day she was on TMZ talking about how Katie Couric used to treat her like crap. I'm like, interesting.
yep.
Interestingly, you're talking about how a woman used to treat her like crap, and here you are treating another woman like crap.
Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, that's what you said to me too. I did not know what went on between her and
I had that video of Trent Bolt, and I sent it to every contact that I had at HLN. And
what was the point of her bringing up Shanann Watts anyways? There was no point in that.
None.
It had nothing to do with anything.
Well, this is the thing. Remember, I'm the one that supplied that video.
Right.
So it was personal. And then what's even more crazy is, why do you want to talk to me now? And it's pre-recorded. It's not live.
Right.
She wouldn't have brought up Shanann Watts. She wouldn't have brought up Shanann Watts if I talked to her live. But the thing is Tiffany Marie was like, Marissa, tell her to go fuck herself. She was like, and go to another network. And I'm like, I'm not contacting nobody. But I'll tell you one thing.
That guy seemed nice though. The reporter, Brian Enton.
Yeah, he was very nice. Yes.
He seemed really nice. He just said, I didn't know who she was.
He got creamed. He got creamed.
I know. He got a lot of hate on his Twitter. A lot of hate. I went through there and watched it.
It doesn't matter. If you're doing something good and you're being liked, no matter what, you are going to have
being judged.
Some form of hate coming at you, whether it's jealousy or, you did this.
Jealous of I think a lot of it was jealousy because, I mean, what else could it be? She didn't do anything wrong.
No,
I mean, I got an idea before anybody else got an idea. Now, if anybody would have done if Makeup Mobster would have done it, there would have been no backlash from it. You know what I mean? There wouldn't have been.
That girl's out of sight.
I really believe that.
I don't even, you want to know something? She feels bad about Gabby. That's nice. That's nice. Is this a new Makeup Mobster that we're seeing? Someone with, feelings and a heart? That would be great. That would be great. But I think that she only went there with the intention to talk to them. I think that she wanted it. Like I was caught on tape. Remember that?
Right.
I was caught on tape. I didn't walk up to them.
No. They walked up to you.
They came behind me.
Yeah, I know that.
Caught the ends. Yeah, they caught the
ends. That. That was interesting.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be on the fucking news. I don't want to be on the news today, and I'm not going to be screaming. But I will yell out justice for Gabby, and it's going to be boring. But yeah, I would really hate it if they pulled me aside and said, "Oh,
are you going to go live when you do it, or
if I can, yeah, if it's possible, yeah, then, or I'll just give another update." But I honestly, when I said, I will be honest, what I thought about it in the car, I did do this for my channel. Of course. At least I'm telling you the truth. I did this for my channel because I have been covering these cases.
Hey, Jojo.
And how often do we get a chance
Thank you.
to come do a protest?
And there you go. Like, you know what? You're being honest. You're doing
Well,
it.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like a lot of people
Nope.
say that they're not doing it, they're not doing it for their channel, and they really are, and they're not being honest about it. You and Laura are honest. I'm doing it for my channel. I'm doing it for my views, my subscribers.
Well, don't you guys really want to know what's really going on?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you want to believe that? Oh my God, the protesters are so angry and crazy that the police have come.
I've never seen that. Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? I found out the truth about the death threats. The death threats came, and they cleared that up for me way before I got down there. Because these people have been protesting for weeks. It's been dying down until I showed up. The woman that lives across the street said the thing that bothers her the most, she said, and I told her, I said, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, want to say I'm not trying to be disrespectful or a nuisance. She goes, oh, no. She goes, you're great. You're funny. She goes, I come out here because you're funny. She goes, but she goes, and I know that, honey. She goes, I'm glad. She goes, but what bothers me is all these people that just come up and they just take pictures and they stop and then they keep going and then they back up and then they keep going. She goes, that's what bothers me. And I said, well, I hate to tell you this, but I've been doing this for a while and this is going to be going on for years.
Well, Clancy says if people don't like their motives questions, they need to pause before deciding other people's folks' motives are questionable. Just saying. Yeah.
Hey, ladies, I gotta run. Marissa.
Yeah, I gotta run too.
I wish you all the best.
Marissa, I'm gonna let you go.
Yep.
Okay, love you, girl.
Bye, girls. Bye.
Hey,
watching
and let
you.
me know what your new number is.
You have it, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, all right, I'll send it to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Marissa, you blocked me. She blocked me on Facebook. I think she blocked everybody, but anyways.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I gotta.
Yeah, I'm getting some texts coming through. I'm like, crap, I gotta answer these texts.
Okay, love you guys.
Love
Love
you guys.
everybody for showing up today. Thank you. Bye. Love you.